How's it going, guys? i-Blason sent me a bunch of their iPhone 12 cases, so let's take a look at them and see what I think. Now, most of these cases are from the Cosmo series, so they look pretty, and I would say that they're towards the female audience. But if you do like striking cases or designs that captures a lot of attention, then check these out. So let's go right into the first case, and the first one is the Cosmo Snap. Now this case is fairly thin and it's made out of TPU, so you can easily put your phone in and take it out. The sides are very shiny, so if you do hit it from the right angle of the sun, then it can capture a lot of attention, and since it is shiny, it does have that glossy finish over it. So I would say that about maybe 2 weeks in with all the oil buildup, it's gonna feel pretty slippery. On the back is the matte finish, except for those shiny parts, which pretty much feels the same thing as the sides. Now with this case, it does have a ring on the back, which you can't really move. It's pretty much set in stone, and it's kind of the same concept as buying a separate one from Amazon. For the built-in ring, you can rotate it 360, and since it's pretty stiff, you can use it as a kickstand as well. But I'm not too sure how well the stiffness will hold up a year later. Now I think that this style or having a ring is perfect for bigger phones, especially if you have smaller hands. Since some people do have smaller hands like I do, it's harder to reach across the screen if the phone's too big. So therefore I would have to let go the phone a bit just to reach somewhere else, but having this ring kind of solved this issue. So for smaller phones, I don't think it's too necessary just because you already have a good grip, unless you want that added security. For drop protection, it feels like it can handle all the casual basic drops like from the pocket or knee level, so nothing too crazy or too high. Now the only con I can think about is these cases cannot lay flat. But if you're already used to having these rings on the back of your phone case, then I'm pretty sure you're already used to it. Next up is the Cosmo wallet. This one is my favorite out of the bunch. For the quality, feel, and drop protection, it's pretty much exactly the same as the Cosmo Snap. So what I like about this case is it's a 2-in-1. It's a wallet and a case at the same time. So if you're more minimal, then this is probably the one you would want. The wallet slot on the back can fit up to 2 cards. You can probably fit up to a 3rd card if it's fairly thin, or all 3 cards are fairly thin, but max I could fit is typically 2. And even having just 1 card in there feels really safe. If you shake it really hard, the cards will not come out at all. So it's great when you can just walk out the house with your phone, your ID, and a credit card, and that's it. So it's nice that you don't have to worry about much or too many separate things in your pocket. Since it can grip the cards pretty well, there is a slot on the bottom of the case where you can just use your thumb and push out. So that's a pretty handy feature to have. And I like the idea of having 2 cards max on this case because it still feels fairly thin when you're holding it, so it's not like a huge bulky thing you're carrying around. Next up is the Cosmo Classic. If you ever heard of i-Blason before, I'm pretty sure that you've come across this case. This case pretty much protects your phone 360, and it does come with a built-in screen protector. From my past experience reviewing these cases, it feels pretty plasticky, but it works perfectly fine. Now they said that this case can survive up to 10 feet, so if you like dropping your phone or if you're pretty clumsy, then I'm pretty sure this one is the right one for you. Now the feel of this case is more bulkier than the other two, and it does have this glossy TPU feel, slightly flexible, but over time when the oil and grease builds up, it will feel slippery. Now installing this case is also a process. You would probably need a coin or a key to pry off the corners to get both or separate the 2 pieces and put your phone in. If you're the type of person that likes to take off the cases at home, then you probably will not like this case at all. This is a case where you just put your phone in there and just forget about it. And the last case we have is the Aries. This one I would say is more manlier and beefier than the Cosmo Classic. It's the same process as the Cosmo Classic where you would have to pry off the corners, but I would say that the material on this is a bit more flexible, so it's more forgiving using your hands. It offers that 360 protection, and it does offer the flaps to cover the ports and the side switch. So this one is a better version from protecting it from dust and dirt. And the drop protection is also better on the Aries as well. It's 20 feet versus the 10 feet on the Cosmo Classic. So if you are in more harsher environments, and especially if you're clumsy on top of that, then Aries is the way to go. Now with the design, this case is more low-key, the back is clear, and the sides do have that matte TPU feel, so I would say that it doesn't capture, or it won't capture a lot of attention versus the Cosmo Classic. I would say that it does have these nice little metallic hints across the case just to make it pop a little bit more. So that is my review of the i-Blason cases. I would say that this one's more for the flashier types because the Cosmo series do look pretty good, especially if you want that attention. So if you are interested in getting any of these cases, I do have the links down below. Please follow me on Instagram, give a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and thanks for watching.